Hey, welcome back to Dang Retro, and today I wanted to talk about a huge update to the PlayStation Portal. That's right, the Sony handheld remote player is getting a huge update, or should I say it got one yesterday as of recording this. Before the update, you could only stream games from your own PS5 console, and then they had a beta feature where you could stream a smaller selection of games from Sony servers right to the portal without having your console on or even having a console at all. Well, the update that just went live, it lets you stream all of your digital library for the most part. There's some exceptions, but it lets you stream most of your digital library. You log into your PlayStation account, and then you have all your games available there, and it's really nice. I mean, I tested it a little bit yesterday. This kind of comes in handy for, say, if you went out for travel and you forgot to turn your console in rest mode, or if you don't have a great internet connection at your house, but maybe where you're playing your remote player from, maybe that has a better internet connection. So you can just stream right from Sony servers. There's also an overlay that you can toggle on that will allow you to see your Wi-Fi strength, see what kind of connection you're getting. You can drop the resolution. A lot of things that you couldn't do before that make this portal right here a standalone device as long as you have internet and the highest tier of PlayStation Premium. So it is one step closer to that rumored Sony handheld that the PlayStation 6 will get. Hopefully that's going to have fully offline play, plus playing all of your existing PS4 and PS5 digital library. I'm really excited for this update. I don't really have too much trouble using my portal away from home. I have my PS5 hardwired. For me, the biggest use case if I accidentally turn my PS5 off or if the power goes out and then when it comes back on, sometimes the console doesn't turn back on automatically, that is. So it's super nice. It makes the portal a lot more useful. One thing that you couldn't do before is basically playing two games at the same time. So you couldn't play your portal and then you couldn't have your PS5 in use while you were using your portal. It just didn't work. It would log you out of one or the other. This update, though, lets you play one game remotely from your portal, and someone else can be playing a game on your home console. So say you really want to, play some ball pit or something, but your roommate or girlfriend or wife or whoever is also using your console wants to play Stardew Valley. Well, that's exactly what you can do now. That's a huge improvement, and I'm definitely going to be taking full advantage of that. That sounds really exciting to me. You can also search games now. Before, it kind of seems like a silly feature, but before you couldn't search. You had to just pick the games out of the cloud library, but now you can search your own library. You can search streaming games on PS Plus. You don't have to download the full game if you want to try it out. You can just start streaming it and start playing within maybe a minute or two, as long as you have a good enough internet connection to connect to Sony servers. This is the first time I've really been even a little bit tempted to kind of grow my digital library. Most of my library, as you can see, is all physical, but I do have PlayStation Premium, so I get those, 2 or 3, 4 games a month. I'll always add them to my library, so that kind of grows the digital library. Some games like Ball Pit or Vampire Survivors are only available digitally. So I have small games like that. This update, the coolest thing to me is that it's showing that Sony wants to get into this handheld market a little bit more. I think when they released this, they really weren't expecting the portal to take off, and then I saw there's like a 5% attachment rate. So out of the entire PS5 user base, 5%, I think this is US only, but 5% of those customers purchased a portal, and that seems like a pretty big number compared to something like the PS5 camera. I mean, I don't even know anybody that has a camera. I don't know why you would buy it, but something like that probably has, if I had to guess, less than 1%. So seeing 5% of people buy the portal, that's huge. So with that, obviously how successful the Switch is, with Xbox making their own handheld, sort of, with the Steam Deck's popularity, there's just a lot of growth in the handheld gaming market, and Sony wants a part of that customer base. I made a video on my portal before, unboxing it, the 30th anniversary one here. I love it. I use it all the time. When I go out of town, I bring that with me. I bring that in my Switch, and honestly, 75% of the time I'm picking the portal, unless I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza or Mario Kart World or like a Nintendo game, I'm going to use the Portal. I honestly didn't see myself using it as much as I do. It just gives me hope for the next generation of consoles where maybe we have a home console and a handheld that lets you play offline. That's the biggest thing, is the remote play. Still, obviously, you're streaming games. So that's not a huge, I mean, the latency can be kind of, honestly, it can be good. It can be really good, but it'll never be as good as being at home. And then on a bad day, it's almost unplayable. I mean, I was trying to play Ghost of Yotei and the timing was just slightly off where my parries weren't hitting. And with a game like Expedition 33, stuff like that, I was having a hard time really progressing in a meaningful way on the Portal. But something like Final Fantasy Tactics or Astrobot or Ratchet and Clank or Until Dawn, games where timing isn't like, you don't have to get it the exact right frame, or like, you know, you have like a 5-frame window or whatever. Those games where it's a little more laid back are perfect for the Portal. You know, you're just watching, say you're watching Big Brother on your TV and you just want to play ball pit and watch the number go up and watch the screen get covered with enemies and ammo and all that stuff, and just get a quick dopamine rush while you're watching a movie, because everybody has a second screen nowadays, and I could doom scroll on my phone, or I could play ball pit on my Portal. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. If you haven't noticed, I've been posting a good amount of YouTube shorts, and shorts are kind of fun to make, and they're also gotten a bigger response than I expected. So check those out and subscribe to see more content like this. I got a lot of new signing and like decorations. I want to kind of like maybe do a video going over some of the new stuff I got. Oh yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace.